I'm a human being, I'm fallible, just like everybody else. But my goal every day is to be better than I was yesterday at something. It doesn't even necessarily have to be saddle related. If that's my goal every day, inevitably, I'm gonna get better at what I actually do for Tethrd and for my job. That's just kind of how I roll with it. My hands-on building career started when I was about 5 years old. I was constantly stealing my dad's tools, building tree forts, bows. I was making self bows out of hickory. As far as the sewing part of things, I learned how to sew in 7th grade home ec, and that was kind of the very beginning of my sewing venture. I joined the military right out of high school. Long story short there, I bounced around the world, for about 5 years, going to different places. And after I got out, I went to the Missouri Sheriff's Academy, and I got hired on with Phelps County Sheriff's Department right out of that. I also became a detective while I was at Phelps County.
Not surprised at all that Carl was in the Navy. He was a CB, he was a detective. He's that kind of guy. That's who he is.
So fast forward, several years, I was coming out of the 2017 hunting season. I had spent like the last half of that season hunting on the ground because I was tired of packing around stands. And I was wanting to know if there was anything lighter out there. So I went on Google and I Googled ultralight tree stands 2018. And I hit images. 4, 5, 6 rows down, there was a picture of a saddle. And there was like 5 or 6 images to be had of this saddle at all. So I decided to make one. I had enough scrap material and webbing, and I had been lurking on the Saddle Hunter forum for a while. I think it may have been my very first post, the DIY build-along that I did on there. Everybody was just down with it. They loved it, absolutely loved it. So Greg saw my build-along on Saddle Hunter, and he saw my skill set, and next thing you know, he's messaging me.
And I said, hey man, I'm starting something, and I need somebody like you. You in?
Well, I'm like, yeah, sure. Didn't think a whole lot about it. And he sent me a box of material, and we were off to the races. And within a month and a half, our first saddle offering was born. So this is the one that started it all. So there is the old Mantis. That was the very first one.
It seems like saddle hunters are always chasing comfort and efficiency. Same for us at Tethrd. We're saddle hunters, and that's what we're always looking for. We're looking for comfort and efficiency nirvana, and that's what we've created with Carnivore. It is incredibly comfortable for anyone, and we cut out everything you don't need. So it's very simple, very effective, very efficient.
That's the beauty of it. You're no longer constrained, by like, I have to hunt here because it's the only thing I can climb with my climber. No, that's not the case. You can go write your own ticket now and do whatever you want to do. I think there's 3 key features in the Carnivore that are pretty special. The bridge being the first one, because it takes care of that issue of being able to have the fully free-floating bridge or the micro-adjustable bridge all in the same saddle. And then with the lay flat bridge loops, there's no binding of material up against your body. It's perfectly flat. The dynamic pull coming off of the saddle into the bridge is perfect. And then I think the third thing, it's a super comfortable single panel saddle too. If you just keep it buttoned up, if you look at it, it has the same geometry as a Phantom.
Other saddles exist. This isn't the first 2-panel saddle out there, but they all have shortcomings in my opinion, and with the way that the panels fit together. And with the rad buttons, what you get is you get ultra lightweight. It's very small, doesn't take up any real estate. They're kind of idiot proof.
The comfort is huge on this thing. It's deceptively comfortable when you look at it compared to other 2-panel saddles, a lot of them out there that are twice the size as this thing. And then you sit back in this and realize it's just as or more comfortable than those. It's the Swiss Army knife of saddles.
Since the beginning of Tethrd in 2018, we have refused to accept average. When we put something out, we want to make sure it's the best and that we couldn't do it any better. Carl feels that way, Ernie feels that way, I feel that way, the entire team feels that way. And I think if you look at the evolution of Tethrd and our products, ending with Carnivore Saddle, it's night and day. The quality of material and the attention to detail in our production, it's just bar none. The gear that we're putting out, that Carl's helping us build and that the entire team is building at Tethrd, it's made for saddle hunters and you're not gonna be disappointed. It's awesome. You're gonna love it.